Hello, everyone. This is Billy the Conqueror, and I am back for another Council of Conquerors #2. And today I'm with Florence. You can introduce yourself if you want.
Uh, what was that?
Oh, you can introduce yourself.
Oh, okay. Uh, it's me again. Happy to be back here again for another stream. But yeah, take it away.
Yeah. Okay. So, like, what do you do?
Well, what do I do?
Yeah. Tell the you can tell the people watching or who's going to watch the video like what you do.
Oh, I usually just am on Twitter posting art and memes and all of that. So, uh, I've been meaning to kind of retweet more stuff from from lesser people, try to uh promote their content more. So, if you want me to retweet something from you, then feel free to DM me. My DMs are open. So.
Oh, sweet. Okay. So, yeah. So basically, yeah, you're another one of the many artists that seem to be a part of this movement. So,
Yeah, I don't really have that big of a following, but I'll try to get your stuff out as much as I can. I'm already kind of doing that with two other comics, so yeah.
well, you'll probably get a bigger. Well, you don't publish a lot on YouTube, right?
No, not really.
Yeah, you should probably post a lot on YouTube as well as yeah, try to get like an actual comic book gig with like one of the indie people. And that would probably get your following to go up much higher.
Yeah, I was actually thinking about doing some YouTube videos today, but I feel like with these streams, it feels a lot more cathartic because I have a lot of thoughts that I really want to get out. So I just kind of come on here and just already
Well,
say what. Oh,
well,
what?
YouTube videos you can just show yourself drawing. I mean, it's pretty easy to to do videos like if you get like OBS and like record the screen, you could like show your drawing methods and process and
Oh,
like
yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
yeah, that's what Ethan Van Sciver's basically doing. So it just seems like, yeah, given how Twitter's algorithms make it so it's really hard to get popular, it seems like, yeah, you have to have like third party popularity before you get popular on Twitter nowadays because the algorithms are really like, gunning for people who they deem like non-progressive.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like getting popular on Twitter is not really easy is not easy anymore due to like yeah, the algorithms being screwed around with.
Yeah, that just kind of I can see how that makes it a lot harder for people to get
Yeah, I mean, if you
noticed.
look at all the trends, like all the trends that you'll see inside, it's always like normally a very left wing slant. Like, I switched the location from my current location to like Dallas, Texas, just because Portland, you get all these insane progressive hashtags that are just getting really stupid. So I just switched the location
Yeah.
because like Dallas is supposedly a lot more conservative.
Yeah,
For the most part, it is, but you still see a bunch of ridiculous, still some stupid hashtags like Treason Summit.
Treason Summit, I don't know what that is.
It's them trying. It's whole Russia, bullshit where they're trying to basically say because Donald Trump is going to meet with Russia, that's like treason.
Hmm.
It's that stupid narrative crap that they're always trying to push.
Oh yeah. The I'm not so like I've been kind of confused about the whole like Russian thing. I know that we're because of Trump we're still kind of friends with that country. Yeah.
The whole thing was that before the elections, like Hillary Clinton essentially was not a fan of Putin and was suggesting that we should sanction Russia and punish them and stuff. And Russia basically, for obvious reasons, didn't like Hillary Clinton. Basically said if Trump wins, it's peace. If Hillary wins, then it's probably going to be war. So they put an ultimatum. And after Trump won the elections, people began saying that Russia hacked the elections to influence it and make it so he won.
Mm,
Yeah, it's one of that stuff. Yeah,
yeah.
basically, since we dodged a bullet, we probably would be in several wars at the moment. because she wanted to go after Russia. She wanted to oust Assad in Syria, so we would have gone to war with Syria, and she probably would have done some sort of war in like with China or something like that.
Yeah,
I mean,
Korea.
like
Oh,
not against China, but like they would like she would definitely bow down to China and have them basically do like their militaristic expansion into the Southeast Asian Pacific.
yeah. Korea, how we're not like really like allying with them. We're just kind of
Well,
negotiating.
the
Oh,
plan is to denuclearize North Korea so they cannot be a potential threat because, again, this is not the first time they've threatened to nuke people. They threatened to nuke under Obama, and I think before then. It's just Kim Jong-un is now is like a really unstable leader compared to the last dictator. So the goal is to try and basically denuclearize them and potentially make North Korea and South Korea merge again.
mm-hmm.
Which, of course, it probably won't happen as long as the dictatorship's involved, because if North and South Korea merge, then obviously the dictatorship is going to have to like come to an end.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and then of course we're about to have a trade war with China, which has to happen given like the amount of unfair economic policies that the Chinese have been trying to implement on the world. We need a trade war. See, the advantage that the U.S. has over China when it comes to trade wars is that we're more innovative and we have the benefits of technology like mechanization to basically make up for the fact that we don't have a billion population, whereas the Chinese are basically are based on a very old-fashioned system of like we have a billion people, so we're going to use slave labor, essentially like labor, to basically make a massive economy.
Mm.
Yeah. So America does have an advantage in a trade war, and also because that compared to other nations, we can definitely be more independent through the use of like small businesses and homegrown corporations to to be able to win the trade war. Like China is basically what's the word? Its economy is basically dependent on America. So if we were to basically sanction and go to a trade war, we'd actually win at the moment with China.
Yeah, so I don't know. These are just kind of assumptions that I personally made a lot, but the U.S. isn't the one that, like, the U.S. isn't the one when we get our stuff from China and all that. We don't like actually.
Well, we import a lot of stuff from China. See, what happened is back in the late '90s, Bill Clinton passed laws that basically helped. That was an intention to the intent was in his way to increase the economy, but it also sent jobs overseas. As in a lot of jobs started going overseas to China because of Bill Clinton. A lot of people like to blame Bush for that, but it's a conjoint effort. Basically, both Bill Clinton and George Bush started the whole push to send jobs out overseas for cheap labor.
Yeah. So the whole thing about did someone join the chat?
No, not yet. I don't see one.
Oh, because I thought I heard someone, but so that whole thing about yeah, let me see. So China, Korea, we kind of finished the wars in the Middle East, yeah.
Yeah.
So, oh yeah, I was actually wondering about like if Hillary Clinton were elected president. I mean, how would with Russia and we would know what would happen with that, but Korea, it would still pretty much stay the same, yeah. Or she would probably make enemies out of them.
If Hillary had won, we would probably be in a couple wars. We would be catering to China and allowing them to basically like become the sole world superpower. And also we would be like allowing illegal immigrants to flood into the country, which would assure permanent democratic victories. I mean, literally, there was a heavy hint that the plans were to basically make it so anyone who immigrates to the country, whether it's legal or illegal, would be able to vote. And since most people come here illegally tend to be super poor, they're going to vote for whoever's going to give them their handouts.
Yeah.
And yeah, these people don't care about the Constitution or freedom and stuff. They just will go for whatever's going to make the money. It's basically what happened in Europe with economic migration, where they found that most of the supposed a huge number of the supposed refugees and migrants are people there just for economic reasons, just to make money.
Yeah.
Because, like Europe has so many resources and has a welfare state.
Yeah, that kind of reminds me of I don't know if you've seen this YouTuber. I think it's called what was it? I can just look it up right now. Find Your Love in Japan. It's a YouTuber.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been seeing a few of his videos recently about how he just brings a different kind of perspective on all this kind of all the politics in the Western sort of sphere that compared in China, for example, that gay marriage it works differently in China because no, not China, Japan. Gay marriage is different in Japan because they have a very their population is so small, or no, not small. It's just that they don't really make. There's not as many children born in China, so when you introduce gay marriage, then that's just going to end up causing more problems.
Sorry. Sorry. Say that again. I was confused.
That I keep mixing up China and Japan, but
So you're talking about Japan or China?
Japan.
So you're saying Japan, the marriage is treated differently.
Yeah, gay marriage, if they were to introduce that, well, because of the whole thing about how in Japan they don't really have as many children over there, that introduced, because of the population of, because so it's kind of, because there aren't as many children born over in Japan, that when you introduce gay marriage, it's going to end up causing even more problems, or at least that's how.
You're talking about depopulation there. It's going to cause population issues, like where they can't repopulate or something.
Yeah.
Well, that is a thing. It's just the more problem is one of the reasons why they have population issues is just the fact that people aren't really as interested in relationships like they used to be.
Yeah, that too, but
yeah, there's something wrong culturally with them. It's more of a cultural thing rather than, I mean, because when you look at it, even like during Roman times in the Golden Age, there were still, well, there wasn't same-sex marriage, and that it was a very common thing. It's just basically people were getting married for economic and for kid reasons.
Yeah.
And that's the thing is our culture has kind of moved away from the fact that marriage was meant for an economic and political purpose, and to like consummate the marriage, you have kids.
Yeah.
Because like in ancient Rome, you could screw around with whoever you wanted. You just didn't let everyone else know about it and stuff. It's not the fact that you were doing same-sex relationships that you were being judged for. It was the fact that, you didn't want to seem unfaithful to like your wife or something like that.
Yeah.
In the public image.
Yeah, isn't that kind of why in Greek or Greco-Roman times that that was kind of the earliest, or maybe not the earliest, but don't like anyone watching this don't quote me on that, but I heard in history class that was kind of one of the earliest times when bisexuality or homosexuality was a thing, or was documented or something like that.
It's probably. I mean, it's been around for a long time. It's been a thing for a long time. It's just, again, compared to today, it wasn't like the whole, oh, we want, these such and such rights and stuff compared to like in the ancient times. In ancient times, it was literally just, people did it, but, it wasn't like, oh, we need marriage and all that stuff. And it wasn't like, oh, we're special snowflakes.
Yeah.
Yeah. But That didn't really stop
Oh,
their population from decrease. That didn't stop their population from growing. It's just the problem. I think is just cultural, where people just don't value like having children like they used to.
oh yeah.
It's kind of like it's something of my like Milo's opinions on the whole. Well, he technically had a same sex marriage and stuff. So I guess he might have changed. But initially, his opinions were he wanted it to be like ancient Greece, where it's like you get married, have kids, and then you basically go out and do your business and stuff.
Uh,
Because that's how the ancient Greeks did and stuff. Like he's kind of a believer that like gays on average have like a pretty high IQ. So he thought that by like having kids, you produce a lot of high IQ children.
yeah.
And he also talks about how a lot of them are in Hollywood because they don't have to deal with family matters as much, so they can like do all the work while people who are in relationships and have families can have their time off.
Yeah.
It's kind of interesting. I mean, it's a new theory because I mean, it all depends on if you believe that IQ plays a part into genetics, or sorry, genetics plays a part into IQ. Like you can pass on your high IQ to your kids.
Yeah, it was so basically like, oh, you're talking about Hollywood?
I was talking about Miles' opinions on the whole matter, and he says that like by having kids, like having like kids like with a woman and stuff, like gays apparently have like a high IQ that they pass on to their kids.
Oh yeah.
Because before this whole stuff came about, gays were in relationships with the opposite sex. It's just that they were doing their own business outside of marriage and stuff.
Yeah.
Kind of like in ancient Greece.
Let me see. So I mean, I'm kind of stumped. Sorry, but yeah, no, I can kind of, I can see where you're coming from with all that. Not to say, that kind of reminds me though of the whole Rage After Storm thing about the whole about IQ. It's you know what, forget it. I'm kind of not really my mind's escaping me right now.
You're talking about Rage After Storm, like the whole Crow and T situation.
Kind of, yeah.
Well, the thing about Rage After Storm was that basically I think jokingly, because I mean, I'm not sure if she literally believed this or was just like shit posting or something like that into an extreme way. It's just like, she made an offensive video, and for whatever reason, Kraut basically decided to like tell her employer about it, which people thought was the height of hypocrisy, which is why his YouTube channel got killed. Because apparently, I mean, looking at all the facts, it looks like he has some sort of a personality disorder or mental problem where he can get really angry when people set him off or something like that.
Yeah.
Which is why he basically quit YouTube and Twitter and stuff, because apparently, it was damaging his mental health.
Yeah. To be quite honest, I actually liked Crown T when he was his collab video with Mr. Epsilon when they were both about the whole thing about cultural appropriation. I actually really liked that video, and I kind of went back to it like a few times, like 5 maybe, because I thought it was really good. But I haven't seen any of Kraut's other videos, so.
Yeah, I never watched any of Kraut's videos. I just saw Mr. Metacore's video about him.
Yeah,
I'm not sure if you follow Mr. Metacore.
I've heard about him. I just don't think I really watch his videos a lot.
His main deal is basically like he looks at all the crazy stuff on YouTube and like on the internet and kind of roast it, and it normally has to do with like SJWs and stuff.
Oh yeah. Um, so whatever kind of drama goes online, Mr. Repsion, or no, not Repsion, Mr. Medicare, yeah, he's usually one of the first people to respond to it, right?
Or well, he doesn't do all the drama. He just does the stuff that he likes to roast and does something entertaining about it. Like it's really funny. Like he did a Rick and Morty video where he just rips the fan base a new one and stuff. Where he talks about how, oh yeah, you need to have like, because Rick and Morty has fans that basically think you have to have a high IQ to basically understand the show.
Yeah.
I know, it's like I can't stand people like that where they act like, oh, you have to be of higher intelligence to get the show and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like it, like in his crowd video, I like how he roasted Based Mama, because she basically went on a YouTube video talking about how she has like a very high IQ and stuff, and it's like, people who brag about having high IQs normally don't have high IQs.
Yeah.
I just think it's so cheap and stupid to brag about how high your IQ is.
Yeah, and then I actually, that reminds me, Based Mama, I actually remember just now the whole drama. Oh no, not Kilroy. It was more of the drama between her and what's her name, Joy Sparkle BS.
Joy Sparkle BS sounds familiar. Like what was the drama about?
It was a lot about this whole Daddy of Five drama where.
Oh yeah, I remember Daddy of Five. Yeah, because she was on the side of taking away his kids, because apparently Daddy O 5 was basically like taking pranking and doing it to his kids and having them do it to each other, which people thought was going way too far, to the point where apparently it was abuse.
Yeah, and then Joy Sparkle BS actually comes in, and at first a lot of people really, really liked that she was standing up to Daddy of Five and making all these videos and just kind of, So
wait, it was Joy Sparkle who went after Daddy of Five, or was it Based Mama?
It was Joy Sparkle, but then when Joy Sparkle, she started to take it too far, where she actually monetized videos where she would show the kid, like clips of the dad abusing the kids, and she monetized all of her videos on the Daddy of Five thing, and people were thinking she was making money off of the whole thing. So I think that's where Base Mama comes in. I don't remember a lot of the drama exactly, but I know that Joy Sparkle, there was kind of some stuff that a lot of stuff that Joy did that Base Mama didn't really like, and they had a really they had a little bit of a back and forth where
getting monetized for reporting on issue is no different than journalists making money off of tragedies and stuff by reporting it. So I don't see why people would get mad at it if she's basically, doing a story trying to expose someone.
Yeah. I mean, I actually used to watch Joy's videos, and to be honest, it wasn't really a lot like reporting, like saying that, oh, this guy's kind of abusing his kids. It's more like it was more like she was kind of cracking jokes sometimes, where she was just kind of cracking jokes during the whole videos, where he was just kind of like taking the jokes too far.
Yeah, like, well, the only video I saw of Daddy O 5 was the one where basically, it's like he asked his son, like, or his half, like, one of his kids to like slap his half sister in the face or something, or maybe he's his stepson or something like that. But anyway, so he asked his sister he asked him to slap his sister in the face, and when he does it lightly and stuff, he then gets mad and says, "No, you don't hit girls and stuff unless it's sister. Then it's okay." Then he slaps her and stuff.
Mm.
I know, it's like, yeah, I mean, I probably shouldn't have laughed at that, but that one was pretty ridiculous and stuff. But but like I said, the whole thing is that his excuse was that it was all consented upon. Like all these jokes were okay and fine, but it turns out, yeah, it was borderline. I think it's the kids were too young to do that. Like if they were teenagers, then teenagers can handle the pranks and stuff, like these types of pranks and stuff. But I think the problem was just that those kids were too young, and the fact that he lost custody of them, kind of may have been like indicative that maybe there was some form of abuse.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, it's still kind of sad to lose custody of your kids because I mean, I don't really know the full story. I mean, from the look of it, it looks like he was just pranking, and he took it too far. So I'm not sure if his intent was actually malicious. Like if he was actually trying to hurt his kids, or he just thought he was goofing around and didn't care.
I know that in one video he actually pushed one of his kids into a shelf and actually caused one of them to bleed. So I think he was being really, really too rough with them.
Yeah, that might also be a thing. Like if you're causing someone to bleed and stuff, then you're definitely going too far, and that is definitely, I think, abusive and not just pranking.
Yeah.
But yeah, I hear what you're saying. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it depends because I know in some places in America, kids roughhouse with each other all the time and get into fights. That to some other people we might view that as being really like too rough or too violent, but some places are perfectly fine with kids getting into scuffles and getting like hurt.
Yeah.
Because I've heard, didn't you live in the South?
Me in the South, yeah, I was to.
No, I mean, isn't Daddy 05 a Southerner?
Oh yeah, or at least that's how he really sounds like that. He and his whole family.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Yeah, so if he's a Southerner, I mean, for all we know, that might just be a common thing. I mean, the problem was that he's an adult and they're his kids. But if it was like two kids, then it would be basically their kids roughhousing.
Yeah. I mean, I used to roughhouse with my brothers all the time back when I was a kid, and so, sometimes there'd be crying, but like a lot of the time it was just kind of not really that bad, where we like caused each other to bleed,
Okay.
But I mean, yeah, it's but yeah, that was the whole Daddy 5 thing that kind of went on. There's more on it but well, Joy, I mean, I would have I would say that you could go watch Joy's videos, but she actually she didn't take her channel down. She actually hid it, which is kind of weird, like considering some people thought that she was that she took her channel down. Other people, they kind of say that she kind of privated her channel, so no one can really see any of her content anymore. So but yeah, Joy's kind of gone from YouTube, but her Twitter is still up. It's just that it's also privated. So yeah.
Yeah, the thing is that yeah, I think it's just because of peer pressure or something like that. Like she didn't want to deal, because there might have been possibly she might have been getting trolled, because there is this problem where people, when someone makes a video that a bunch of people from like us, like a person on YouTube don't like, their followers will then go and start trolling and downvoting their videos. Like the same thing happened with Captain Cummings after the whole Ethan Van Sciver incident, where people were actually trolling his non-related videos, telling him that he was done or something like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is actually an issue, and that's one of the reasons why this whole Comicsgate drama has happened, where people are accusing it of being like a cash grab now, which I kind of agree, because I kind of just wish people would stop using the hashtag and like move the needle in Comicsgate to basically promote their campaigns.
Yeah.
Because then it's like, what are we, a union or something like that? Because that's like what unions do, where it's like, basically, oh, we have an initiative and we're going to basically get funding from all these different people in the union.
Yeah, I mean it's nothing wrong with like promoting other people's content, but
Well, promoting
uh,
comment's one thing. It's just like when you're basically using a hashtag, like saying, "Oh yeah, support hashtag Comicsgate, support this campaign." That's my biggest problem. Like if someone wants to post on their Twitter page saying, "Hey, support this book," and asking their followers, that's fine. It's just then when you're just constantly using the Comicsgate hashtag for like crowdfunding campaigns, I feel like then that's just basically like, oh, let's we want your money and stuff.
oh, it's kind of like for example, if they tried it with Gamergate, then it would still get the same kind of backlash, right?
Yeah, I think something similar happened in Gamergate. I'm not too familiar with that whole part of the Gamergate controversy, but it's kind of similar. And now there's being a fracture because Gamergate also fractured, and we're fracturing too. Because again, there's been lies going around involving other people. Like someone was lying about Rags, saying that he was jealous or upset or sore with Ethan Van Sciver and DNC, which he actually wasn't. So someone was spreading a rumor about that, and then people were them like Jawbreaker's fan art page. They like accuse Fat Panther of being jealous of DNC's success, which is why he made the tweet saying Comicsgate is a cash grab, which I thought was complete idiocy.
Yeah, I mean, Fat Panther and I, we're both really good friends, but at the same time, it's like, um, I don't know. I personally would need to. I mean, if someone could do like a video on that, just really kind of going in depth on what's kind of going on in
Yeah,
Comicsgate,
I'll
then
just see
yeah.
that. All I know is that basically whoever runs the Jawbreakers fan art page, yeah, they're kind of pretentious, where they're just acting like the natural response is that Fat Panther's jealous. And I think that's like just a retarded response
Mm,
because it's so
uh,
dismissive and just pretentious. They act like people are just jealous of you. And it's like, no, that he has a genuine problem with what people are doing and stuff.
yeah, I've kind of seen. To be honest, I kind of have seen Black Panther say kind of some like say that some people were jealous of. Well, I can't really. I don't know if I could really go into a lot of detail, but I know that Black Panther. I mean, Fat Panther. He has kind of used that whole jealousy argument before, but I mean, uh, I don't know. Like right now, it's kind of hard to call out your friends, but I mean, it's nothing like personal against the guy. It's just that I mean, I really like him. It's just I will admit though that yeah, he has kind of used that argument before about um, people kind of being jealous of people, but uh,
Well, I haven't heard that argument from him yet, but I'll have to see if I ever see that. But like the
well,
thing is, what?
no, it wasn't. It wasn't anything recently. It was actually a long time ago. But yeah,
Well, the thing is just that also like the thing is that it's just that with comics, with so many Comicsgate people, it's like now everyone's talking about all these crowdfunding campaigns, which is cool. But I feel like I don't know, it does kind of take away from what the movement was about before. Like the whole crowdfunding thing, basically, essentially started basically with Jawbreakers, and after Jawbreakers, now everyone's using it for like Comicsgate and stuff, which I just feel like is going away from the original plans for the movement.
uh, yeah. The original plans they were kind of meant
They were meant
just
to basically like go after the fact that there was basically essentially corruption within the comic book industry and these insane forced diversity ideologues.
yeah. Wasn't it? So good comics. That's just kind of a part of it. Yeah.
That's a part of it. It's just like I said, I don't mind people making their own books and crowdfunding and all that stuff. It's just how people act with it is just really stupid because it's like people are acting like, oh, because Jawbreakers got over 200,000, backers. I'm sorry, got over $200,000 in backing and stuff. That basically means that this is what the industry wants. When it's like basically you got 5,000 people who know and support you to spend a good chunk of money to make the comic book get that rich.
Mm.
I mean, that's basically it. I mean, again, that's like 5,000 people. That's like a fraction of people who are buying comics.
Mm.
So it's not the industry. It's literally just you use a crowdfunding campaign and use your notoriety as an anti-SJW and someone who bashes on SJW Marvel to basically get funding and stuff. So that is kind of cheap. That's not really that's that to me that's kind of no different than that. To me, that's almost similar to using forced diversity to sell your books and stuff. It's very superficial and just kind of intellectually dishonest.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah, kind of, yeah.
And people are acting like this is a win against SJW Marvel. It's like, no, it's the fact that you and basically 5,000 other people basically poured a bunch of money into a book and stuff.
Mm.
And not to mention, like, the book just, I plan to read it eventually. It's just not interesting and stuff. Like, there's like no substance to it. And it's almost basically the only selling point for the book was that there was no politics and it had John Mallon as the artist. And that's basically it.
Oh, you're talking about Jawbreakers, not like
Yeah, Jawbreakers. Yeah, it's like, I mean, this is probably like, I plan to, when I make a roast video about it and stuff, I actually plan to mention this, but it reminds me of, it's like Disney Star Wars in a way where there's no substance really, which is probably why he actually likes those movies, because he actually likes Disney Star Wars, including Solo.
That actually kind of reminds me of the whole when this was his first drafts, by the way, but I kind of read a little bit of the first draft of well, it was on HP's.
Well, you mean the first Lost Souls or the first Jawbreakers comic book that came out not like a while ago?
It was the first draft of the first comic, I think.
You mean the first comic, the one that was already released?
Yeah, HP Comics. She kind of read a little bit of it, but it was kind of more like about the whole about a female character who was introduced, and the way they introduced her, it was just basically, I'm not a porn star, all that other kind of stuff. Like, I felt like that was really a ridiculous way of introducing a female character. Like, just like it felt like the same way that they would do their characters at Marvel.
See, one of the things I don't like about the whole Jawbreakers and all the fandom it's flying, it's like, it's literally, to me, it's like it's quality relativism, because literally Jawbreakers is like a love letter to bad 90s comic books. There's no politics, but it's just mindless action. The story doesn't seem interesting, and it just lacks substance. It's almost like taking some of the worst aspects of 90s comic books and putting it into some nostalgic view, which I think is what DNC likes. Like, DNC likes those really shallow, like no substance 90s comic books that are just mindless action and stuff. And it's kind of like people were saying, well, it's refreshing and stuff. It's like, no, it's still crap and stuff, regardless of whether or not it has politics in it. Like, you don't just change your sense of quality because there isn't like forced diversity or political messages in the book.
I mean, it could work, the whole mindless action stuff, like with the first Predator movie, but like...
Yeah, I just think that comic books should not sacrifice substance and quality just because, we're pushing back against SJW Marvel. It's like, seriously, you should still have substance to your work.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I don't like what Mark Waid's become, but I would much rather read Kingdom Come than Jawbreakers, because Kingdom Come actually has substance and a really good story to it. And it's like, again, it's kind of like books like that is why the 90s crashed the industry and stuff. It's like having mindless action isn't going to save comic books. It's just kind of like, it's like, again, human shit and dog shit are two different things, are not the same, but it's still shit, though.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's just my opinion, is just that it's like, basically his it's just like, I think for him it's like he just wants this, like, it's all about nostalgia, where it's like, to him, Star Wars, like the original trilogy, were essentially like, space battles, cool lightsaber fights, and just crazy action stuff. But he doesn't really, either get into the importance of the substance of Star Wars, which is why he likes Disney's movies, because the Disney Star Wars films have absolutely no substance to them. They're all just, great, like, special effects, mindless action, and some like basically blatant propaganda put in them.
Yeah.
But like the original trilogy and the prequels, they actually had substance. Like the prequels, despite all their flaws and the bad writing, there was substance to that the trilogy there.
Yeah. I mean, even with, I mean, the first, no way, it was even like episode 1, 2, and 3. Like there was like, I mean, even with a lot of their stuff that was very flawed, it was kind of like, okay, there's actually something that could be really good here if they could have really like really just improved the writing a lot, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was and even like the Clone Wars is very, very much gets in depth into the lore, the characters, all that other kind of stuff to the point where it actually even though it does kind of have a little bit of a different feel from the old Star Wars movies, it's still at its core it is Star Wars.
Well, yeah, that's the
But
thing is, it's just
yeah.
like, yeah, it's, the writing, again, like the writing was a problem, but that didn't stop it from having substance and meaning to it. Like the whole thing about Star Wars is that it's a fairy tale set in space. It's an opera set in space because it's about the family of Skywalker. The most common theme in a soap opera is the fact that you have basically a group of characters, normally a family, who have their issues and all sorts of drama and stuff. So the intention of Star Wars is the sense to be a soap opera in space. Like the main thing of Star Wars, according to George Lucas, is not the space battles or the lightsaber fights or all those special effects. The main message behind Star Wars is basically family. That's the intention. And even the prequels kind of showed that as well, despite all their flaws.
Yeah.
Because George Lucas is a great visionary and a really great storyteller. It's just his writing and directing is kind of shoddy and stuff. Because writing a script is very different from telling a story.
Yeah. Like I just kind of hoping that they end up well. To be honest, I actually wait. No, what was I gonna say? Sorry, but yeah, I totally agree with you about the whole having the whole thing about the family in space and all the other kind of stuff. Like that's what I was kind of hoping for with the new movies, that they were actually gonna.
Yeah, but that's the thing is that's not what Disney. See, what Disney did is Disney basically took all. Disney essentially came at it from the very what's the word? The nostalgic fanboy perspective, and then they also inserted social justice politics into it as well. But that's the thing is their view of Star Wars, like with your very stereotypical fan who doesn't actually know what the series is about, they think that it was all just the space battles, fighting the Galactic Empire, the rebels, and all that stuff. They don't understand the meaning behind Star Wars. It's the same thing with J.J. Abrams. Like J.J. Abrams, when they interviewed him about Episode 7, is to him what Star Wars meant to him was basically practical effects and all of the visuals and stuff.
Yeah, to be honest, I actually really love one. If there's anything that really, really wins my heart in anything, in any book, movie, TV show, it's always the family, the whole family dynamic sort of thing. Like I just kind of really love that, especially in something like the It books and movies, where it's these 7 kids who their lives are really shitty, but they end up finding each other and becoming their own little family, and that's actually like I feel like that is definitely what's missing with a lot of movies these days. They don't really have that kind of unit type of group sort of bond thing. It's kind of like what differentiates a lot of Japanese games from American games, that if you look at games like Chrono Trigger or any Final Fantasy game, they always have the family dynamic versus I don't know. I mean, I love Skyrim, but it's kind of Skyrim doesn't really have that. Skyrim is definitely a Western game, whereas Chrono Trigger and Final Fantasy and say Even Xenoblade Chronicles X, they are all kind of like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's just I don't know. It's just the thing about yeah, that's just the thing. Is just that oh wait, what did you say about Chrono Trigger?
Chrono Trigger, it's kind of like the whole family
Oh,
dynamic.
family. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Friendship and family. Yeah, yeah. But that's the great thing is that it's those moments. It's those very human moments about like would you where you get to know and love these characters. It's why people are upset at Chrono's death in the game. If that's not a spoiler for you, is it?
Oh no, I already finished the whole game, so
Oh, you did. So okay, because yeah, I suggested it to you, right?
yeah.
Oh yeah. So anyway, what did you think about it?
Oh, I really loved it. Like,
Oh yeah, like what did you think of the gameplay with like the double and triple text? I thought that was awesome.
yeah, I really like that. I mean, I would have complained that the battles, like, that the enemies kind of it's not like turn-based combat. It's like
Yeah, it's basically they changed it. It's turn based, but you have to like wait till your energy recharges, till you can attack again. So it's a kind of a new form of like, oh, like I'm not sure if it's yeah, I think it's speed where speed determines whether or not that bar is going to recharge quicker for you to attack.
yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's kind of how they decided to do the turn based system. So it's like a new and interesting way of doing it.
Oh yeah.
But
Um,
what were you about to say?
no, I actually was gonna that I actually the gameplay I really liked it. That it was really that's really different from a lot of turn-based combat games. It's just that I mean I would have complained about the whole that when you're not selecting your text or anything like that, then the game it's kind of like when you're in the menu trying to select item, power, or whatever, the game just goes. But then when you select like item or whatever your magic you're going to use, the whole battle just kind of stops for you. So that's actually pretty convenient for me.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, I know that there is like there's an option to basically either turn off like the enemies acting before you do and stuff, where it's like you can select your thing. It's just the enemies might act when you are done selecting because they might be quicker than you because there's an option to turn off like the real time battle events.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Because yeah, it's like it was a way of making it more difficult. Like you could set the settings to make it more difficult where you actually have to pick your things quickly before they come in and attack you, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I get that. That is pretty cool. But yeah, I just love the double text. Like, which one was your favorite double tech? Because there's like tons of them.
My favorite double tech, I think it was. Let me see. I always liked the ones with Robo and Chrono, where they just kind of did their stuff, and also the techs with Chrono and Alia were really
Oh,
those.
Ice Sword.
Oh yeah,
Oh wait, no. Oh wait, Alia. You don't wait. Which one was
the
Alia?
cave woman.
Oh, the cat girl. Yeah, yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, yeah. Robo and Chrono were always really cool. And Alia, yeah, I think Alia and Chrono had some of my favorites because I just like how, like, yeah, the flying falcon or flying eagle technique, where like, yeah, he basically leaps into the air and comes across the screen in an arc.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was always awesome. And then like, yeah, Alia's like Volt Bite, where she basically gets struck by lightning and starts attacking the multiple people.
Oh yeah, like to be honest, whenever I actually selected those powers for them, I always like out of habit, I would just kind of make sound effects because I just really love the effects for them, you know.
Yeah, that's the cool thing. It's like, yeah, and then but yeah, like yeah, Arya, like the princess, she also has some cool double techniques. Like her single techniques outside of healing are kind of spotty, except for like her ice attacks. But her double textures where she really comes in handy, yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
but then yeah, with Luca, her flame attacks with Chrono are also pretty cool.
Oh yeah, and then there was also Frog. He had a lot of pretty good stuff to use, like the whole.
Yeah, I call him Deed technically because that's what my brother, when he first played the game, called him. So I always call him that for some reason.
Nice.
Yeah, but um, but yeah, it's I don't know. It's just such a really awesome game stuff. But back to what you were saying about the whole family thing is, yeah, that's what made Chrono Trigger so well was that you had the gameplay which was really fun and enjoyable, but you also backed it up with really great stories and very
Hello.
memorable characters. Oh, hey Rax.
How's it going? How's it going?
Oh, we were just talking a bit about a bit about Star Wars and also about Chrono Trigger and about the family messages kind of behind both the films and the games.
I'm pretty sure Star Wars is about how men suck and women can do everything.
Well, we were talking
I've
about
seen a Star Wars
Disney.
movie before. That's that one with that girl Rey.
Yeah, well, we were talking about the prequels and the original trilogy, where how the message that George Lucas was intending for Star Wars was about family, and that Disney Star Wars has no substance to it. Like the prequels, despite all the flawed writing, to me still had substance, unlike the Disney movies.
Nothing beats midichlorians.
Well, I mean, I actually don't mind the midichlorian thing.
No, I'm saying that's the greatest thing in Star Wars is the midichlorians.
Yeah, that's a very funny joke, but
I don't know what joke you mean.
What?
I don't know what you mean by joke.
Well, are you being serious, or is that?
There's the coolest. They might be the dudes from Horton Hears a Who controlling the Force. They're tiny. Do you not see they're microscopic?
Yeah. Okay. Sure. Okay. Sure.
Horton Hears a Who. All makes sense. They're all connected. All these movies are connected. Did you not see the whole fact that E.T. was Jedi?
Oh yeah, that little side.
Why do you think he could? Why do you think he was able to fly in E.T.? The Force.
Oh, so you saw those cameos of the ET races?
Those were cameos. That was a jaw-dropping reveal. All right, that was serious. It wasn't supposed to be taken as funny.
Oh, really?
It's all serious.
Okay.
Where's your angry friend? The one that doesn't like anything.
What? I only had him on one stream.
Good. That guy sucked.
What?
That guy is awful.
Have you you should watch his Star Wars roasting videos. They're pretty funny though. He goes through every scene in the film explaining how bad the film is. It's pretty funny.
No, thank you. I don't want to hear that guy talk.
What do you mean? He's not doing he isn't doing it in the sense that his video the roasting videos aren't about how there isn't an original story. He's just going through all the technical issues with Star Wars, so it's actually pretty good.
I don't know. Oh, it's hot out today. What are you guys up to?
First we were talking about a bit about the latest drama in Comicsgate involving Bat Panther.
Black Panther? It was alright.
Bat Panther.
Bat Panther,
the YouTuber.
Now, is Bat Panther black or white?
No, we're talking about Fat Panther.
Oh, Fat Panther. I said Bat Panther.
No, Fat Panther.
After seeing his parents killed, he found out he was the successor of Wakanda.
Yeah, well, we were also talking a bit about Drawbreakers as well, how I just don't think it has any substance to it. It's like an ode to bad 90s comics, basically.
It's just a big adventure story. What do you mean?
Yeah, but it's there's nothing interesting really about it. It's just kind of again, it's the selling point is that there's no politics and it has mindless action.
That's what you want in a G.I. Joe comic. It's pretty much what it is.
I'd like some substance, though. I think you can still have substance in a G.I. Joe comic and stuff.
Oh, we good. You calm down. And it's fine.
Yeah, it's just and it's people who would normally bash stuff like this are basically making excuses, which I think is kind of quality relativism right there.
I don't mind. If I know what I'm getting into, I don't really care. I liked both Pacific Rim movies, and those were exactly what I believed they were going to be.
Yeah, but at least the Pacific Rim was using crowdfunding to basically get started.
I'm going to need to for the third one.
What?
they're gonna probably need to for the third one. The second one didn't do very well.
Like I told Florence, when people talk about how the crowdfunding was indicative that this was what the industry wanted, I thought that was blatantly intellectually dishonest, because it's literally everyone crowdfunded are people who are friends with DNC or followers of him.
I don't know, man. I think comics are. I think we might lose this fight. I think they're about dead. It's a sad story, but I think it's.
Well, they won't die. All it just is that Marvel and DC could go bankrupt, but guess what? There's going to be other publishers. People are going to buy their stuff online.
Nothing to count on. It's rip.
Yeah, just go digital. People are probably everything will just go digital, or people will just in the very worst, comic books will basically turn to web comics and nothing more. That's like the absolute worst that could happen, but the medium is not going to die. It's just going to be, we're just going to lose comic book stores, which, we're already dying because comic book stores have basically gone the way of mom and pop stores, which were killed off by people like Walmart, Target, and like pharmacies.
At least I have my manga. It'll keep me alive.
Well, if the EU and UN decide they want to sanction you, they can do that.
They'll leave me alone. No one notices what I do.
What?
They won't notice what I'm doing.
Not you, but the entire industry as a whole. They say, "Oh, we don't like that, so we're going to basically sanction you." Yeah. Basically, the EU is already trying to basically censor the internet with Article 13, but thank God people caught them, and they're going to have to vote and examine what the heck they're doing.
Well, luckily, I'm not over there. I'm in America. The win.
Yeah, here's the problem is if American tech, there are tons of American tech companies that do business with the EU, and if they decide that they need to follow the policy, they could basically do the same to us instead by basically declaring that, oh yeah, we're going to follow EU policy, so it could affect Americans as well.
Well, I guess I'll go move to Japan.
Okay, it's really expensive, and they don't like people.
I didn't say I'm going to live in the city. I'm just going to go live in the woods.
Yeah, they also don't like a lot of people immigrating there.
They can't stop me. They're like 5'3".
Yeah, they can stop you. They have guns.
They can try. I'm not afraid of them. They're tiny. Their bullets are like BBs to a normal person.
Yeah, they got Godzilla, so
they don't have the proper materials.
You are aware that if you go live in the woods, you're probably going to end up being haunted because a lot of those woods are really haunted.
Well, I don't know if you know this, but I happen to be a professional exorcist.
No, you're not.
How do you know?
You curse too much. You can't be a professional exorcist.
I'm pretty much like John Constantine.
Oh, really?
Yeah, look at that. I just fucking fooled the shit out of you. Oh, look at that. I'm perfect for John Constantine impersonations.
Yeah.
Get wrecked, nerd. I told you, I'm a professional exorcist. How is that so hard to believe?
Because it is.
Don't know what I do for a living.
What?
I just told you, professional exorcist.
Okay.
I know it's very impressive. You don't have to shy away from any intensive facts.
Intensive facts.
You're welcome.
Okay. I wonder what my little friend here thinks of your BS and stuff.
Little friend? Do you have a midget?
Do you see my screen?
No.
What do you mean you don't see my screen? I have a freaking dog here.
Oh. I thought you were black.
I am black.
You look like, what's that guy's name? I have to find the actor.
Who is that?
There's an actor I'm trying to remember. I know his face, but I'm trying to remember what movie he's in. He's in Waiting.
Waiting?
Where's this guy? Luis Guzman.
Okay.
Look like that guy.
Okay.
Except he's like old and also shaped like a brick.
Okay. Well, I just thought that since Ricardo likes to show his dog a lot, I should show.
Are you sure you're black?
Yeah, I am.
I'll have to do some science stuff to figure it out, but I'll get back to you and give you a proper certificate if you are.
Okay.
Wait, do you already have a certificate?
Yeah, I have my certificate.
Can I see it, please?
I'm not showing you the card. It's top secret.
Well, luckily for you, I have a top secret clearance.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
How did you get your clearance?
It's part of being an exorcist.
What, to see a car? No, that's not how that works.
Yes, it is. As far as I know, you've possessed a dead body.
Okay, so let's get back on track.
Look at
So,
that, I just
what
wrecked
comic
a
books did you catch? Yeah, what comic books did you guys get this week? What did you guys read?
I read that Plastic Man and then decided I'm not reading Plastic Man anymore.
You mean just that series? Like, if someone else decides to write it, you'll read the next one if it's good, right?
Oh, no, I've decided I'm going to go be Amish after reading how bad that was.
What does that have to do with being Amish?
Said I'll never have to think about it again.
That's not how that works.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
You tell me how many Amish people do you think read Plastic Man?
They don't really read any comic books. I mean, they're not going to be reading.
Which means that
any
I
of your
won't be
favorite
reading
comic
Plastic Man.
And you won't be reading any other comic books.
Yes, I will.
No, you can't. They wouldn't allow that.
I'll do it part-time.
You can't do that. They will excommunicate
Do
you.
you know?
They will exile. Yeah,
I don't know
the
if you know this, but I'm also a professional at Amish culture.
Yeah, they. If you're a professional, you know that they will exile you for
Where
that.
did you get your information? Did you go to school for it? I have a degree.
What? No, you did not go to school for it.
I did. Look at
No, you
this.
didn't.
You have no idea all these things that I did. I've gone through many things. I have many tricks of the trade.
Yeah.
All right.
But so besides Plastic Man, what did you make? What did you read?
Like Mara and Silencer. Wasn't a lot this week that I wanted. A soft week for comics.
Mirror and Silencer. That's the new DC book, right? Silencer.
Not like 6 months.
Yeah, but which one was that about?
It's about this person who is a professional Amish.
Yeah, for real. What's it really about?
Amish exorcist.
What's it really about?
I told you. Why do you never believe me? Your dog believes me.
What?
Your dog believes me.
Yes, she believes you.
That means you should probably wise up.
Okay, but so okay. What about you, Clark? So did you read?
Well, I didn't get to get anything at the store. I didn't really get to go to it, to be quite honest, but because my grandparents were out of town. But I did get to finish this DC Universe trade paperback. It was by Neil Gaiman, and to be honest, I actually didn't realize it, but Mark Waid edited all of the issues in this trade, and I was just like, oh, well, I kind of gave my money to Mark Waid, even though I didn't mean to, but to be honest, it was actually kind of worth it, because it was actually pretty good, especially the last story called Whatever Happened to the Caped Crusader.
Mark Waid.
Yeah, that Mark Waid.
What are you doing? Don't give money to Mark Waid.
Oh, come on. Hey, come on. Kingdom Come was a great book, so I'm still reading that book.
He was just there.
Yeah.
He was just there. He didn't do shit. He just flipped tables.
No, he helped write the comic book. Come on, don't lie.
You shouldn't give support to Mark Waid.
Dude, that's just come on, that's just dumb. You can read the old story still.
I won't do it.
Okay. Okay, then are you a DNC follower? It sounds like what DNC's followers would do.
I've been following the wise words of the prophet Umbrella Guy, and I agree. There are people that don't deserve forgiveness for their things.
What? Wait, Umbrella Guy says get rid of all.
Some guys are too reprehensible and too shitty, and we're not going to support their metal.
Okay, so you just got rid of all your Mark Waid comics?
Luckily, I didn't own any Mark Waid comics.
You didn't read Kingdom Come? How the hell did you not read Kingdom Come?
Luckily, there's a thing called the internet.
So you pirated?
I didn't say that.
Okay. Because that means Mariasha is going to basically want you exiled from Comicsgate.
You have no idea whether or not I've been doing it. You'll never know.
But Mariasha gets really mad if you do that.
You have no proof.
What?
I'm a fucking wizard as well when it comes to.
No, I'm the wizard.
No, black guys aren't wizards. What do you mean? There's never been one black wizard.
Yeah, there is.
Who?
like what's his name, Jordan from Harry Potter, the guy who does the announcement for the games at Quidditch.
That guy wasn't a wizard. He was just loud.
He was a wizard. He is a lizard.
He's a lizard.
He was a wizard.
You just said he's a lizard.
No, he's a wizard.
He's a wizard. He's a loud wizard.
You just said he was a lizard, Harry.
No, he's a wizard.
You're a lizard, Harry.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, this week I got my hands on Elric the Ruby Throne, which is like a comic book adaptation of Elric of Stormwind Day.
Wait, I'm gonna look that up right now.
Yeah, you know, it's a pulp story from like the 60s, and this was like a comic book that was made in 2015. It's like apparently the author who created the character basically said that this comic book was the most accurate representation of his stories of Elric.
Elric the Ruby Throne, right?
Yeah, it's basically like a lot of people have been saying that The Witcher is essentially a ripoff of Elric because, you know, again, Elric is nicknamed the White Wolf in all of his stories, and you know, The Witcher is also like a character that looks very similar to him.
Yeah.
You know what? Actually, I got beef. You.
And then also like Elric is essentially considered like the first spell sword. Like he basically, what makes him different from like Conan the Barbarian is that he's like a sorcerer who's also like a master swordsman as well. Yeah, it's like his whole thing is that he basically, him and his people will make deals with different sorts of like lords of chaos, which are demons, and they basically use like souls to basically give them tribute.
So this is what does Elric end up doing? Does he like slay these demons or?
He uses demons. That's the thing is like, you know, normally in fantasy you have a guy going out to slay a dragon. You know, Elric rides a dragon, and yeah, he uses demons to basically fight in battle. Like in one of the climaxes to the book, he basically summons a whole horde of like demons from the depths, and they basically consume like the souls of a bunch of barbarians and kill them.
Damn.
Yeah, no, like, oh yeah, he's part of a culture that basically is all about black magic and blood sacrifices and stuff. Like he stays young to keep himself from dying by basically using slaves to basically like he kills them, takes their blood, and makes elixirs to keep him alive.
Hey, yo, Billy guy. I got beef with you.
What? TNG's here, so you can't beef.
Good. This is gonna make the beef easier.
All right, how's it going, TNG?
I know you were talking shit about
going
my.
Pretty good, man.
You were talking shit about my channel yesterday, Billy. You
I was talking shit about your channel. What the fuck are you talking
calling
about?
it a weeb channel.
Oh, okay. There's a lot of anime there.
People don't like my comic stuff.
Why don't they like your comic stuff? What were you doing?
Guess I'm not as good at comics. But you know what I also like?
You can't be worse than DNC. You can't be worse than DNC.
Off. Yeah, but he's got.
Oh, but DNC is pretty good though.
I think GNC is cheap. Like old school Captain Cummings was way more entertaining and funny. It's just Captain Cummings went the DNC route because he wanted to be able to produce more videos, in a day. You know, that's kind of how DNC got so popular, was that he's like producing videos every 3 videos a day, and they're really quick.
Why you gotta hate on my manga videos?
Well, I was just joking.
Do I have to fight you?
No, I'm fine with manga. I've read a couple of mangas, like DBZ Multiverse. That's a great fan manga.
That's a webtoon.
What?
That's actually a web comic.
It's a fan web. It's like a web manga or web comic. Yeah, I mean technically it's not manga since it's made in France, so France doesn't count as manga.
There is an official French manga. It's called Radiant.
Yeah, I don't consider that manga. It's not Japanese.
Officially licensed, and the Japanese themselves said that manga and anime is a style. It doesn't have to come out of Japan.
That I think is
that is from the people.
That is dumb because anime is basically. I mean, anime is a French word just because the Japanese didn't have a word for anime.
Look at that! Look at that! They're French.
No, It's the word it originates in France, but I'm just saying.
So that means
anime
the French.
is
That, that sounds like the French.
Yeah, but I'm saying it's animation. That's basically.
If anything, everything not from France is not anime. Like Japanese, not anime anymore. Bam, Radiant, first anime ever. We did it.
Okay.
We uncovered National Treasure 4. TNG, you came just at the right time.
Well, I'm actually surprised I even got invited, honestly. I thought he was going to forget to send me the link, so I'm really surprised I'm on here.
You were too busy raving online how much you hate My Hero Academia. And
Wait, you hate My Hero Academia? I mean, I have to watch it still, because
TNG hates it.
I fucking hate that show, man.
Wait, what do you hate about My Hero Academia? It's freaking superheroes in Japan.
Well, I'm gonna give it
My
honest.
Hero is one of the fucking worst shows I've ever seen in my life.
Wait, why do you hate it? Explain, please.
Man, it's a Naruto ripoff.
Wait, how is it?
Well,
it's a Naruto ripoff.
The Naruto. Wait, is it because they go to a school or something?
Well, hang on, time out. So hold on. That doesn't even make sense. Naruto went to a school for like a day.
Well, no, he went to school for several years. It's just the anime.
I know, but it was in the very first chapter. He graduated. It's not school based.
I mean, if anything, My Hero Academia is basically just Harry Potter if it was about superheroes, you know.
My Hero Academia.
No, that's what Black Clover is.
No, I'm talking about if Harry Potter was about superheroes, not not magic. I'm saying
My Hero Academia is Naruto starring Suna from Hitman Reborn.
No. Have you ever
read Hitman Reborn?
I haven't read it. I'm not talking about Hitman. I'm talking about you comparing it to Naruto. Naruto is like nothing like that.
Very, very similar themes.
The characters even act alike too. You know what I'm saying? Oh, it's all about friendship and courage. Isn't
the main character of My Hero Academia? Isn't he like he's not as much of a goofball? Like Naruto was like a total.
No, he's a huge pussy.
Yeah,
Naruto's
even the manga creator drew. They did these images to where, like, you know, draw your favorite anime right next to your character, and I think I heard it from Rack's channel that the guy who created My Hero drew Deku right next to Naruto. So that just proves my point.
But again, Kishimoto inspired Naruto after Dragon Ball Z. He was inspired by Akira Toriyama.
And Dragon Ball was inspired by Journey to the West. Journey to the West is the fourth.
Yeah, but Dragon Ball Z was inspired.
The North Star started it all.
But also,
forget that.
Well, Dragon Ball Z was inspired.
I'm pretty sure that show Arthur was the original anime.
Yeah, be quiet.
Arthur was my hero.
But my point is that I feel like comparing My Hero Academia to Naruto, I think that's kind of a weak argument because, like, again,
yes, Naruto
but most shonen characters are kind of supposed to act like that. You are aware that most shonen male characters are kind of have that similar template to each other. Like they're quirky, goofy underdogs, or some form of just outside the usual, edgy, emo, or serious character.
And that's why Dragon Ball Z and One Piece are so popular, because they stay away from those tropes.
What do you mean? What are you talking about? Goku is a goofball. What are you talking about?
Goku was never a weak ass, though. He was just powerful to begin with.
Okay. I mean, he got beat up still, I guess.
He barely loses fights.
Yeah, but
it's that.
But wait. That's what made Naruto interesting, was that he was the underdog and he had to figure out a more creative way to basically win.
Yeah, but people don't want to invest in that much time in an anime.
Okay,
they just want to see action.
Then just watch Shippuden. Shippuden gives you all that. Like, Naruto is freaking OP in Shippuden.
God damn it, it's not.
But why would you watch Naruto Shippuden when you can watch Dragon Ball Super and it's way shorter and way better?
I like Naruto over Dragon Ball just because I think Naruto has way better characters, and not to mention I think the fighting system in Naruto is a lot better. Like Dragon Ball,
Naruto is iconic. Don't get me wrong, Naruto is iconic. I will give you that.
Okay, my problem with Dragon Ball is Dragon Ball gets really repetitive and boring after a while and stuff, just because it's literally like the same techniques but different colors and amounts.
Yeah. Okay, hold on a second. Hold on, I have a problem with that comment. How many times and how many different variations did Naruto end a fight with the Rasengan? Time out.
Oh my
Time out on the play.
Whoa. I'm not talking about.
Whoa, yes, that is true. That is true.
Wait. You're talking about Naruto, but I'm talking about Flying Thunder
I'm talking
technique,
specifically
Amaterasu,
about-
Mangekyo Sharingan. Seriously, you have Mangekyo Sharingan beers, you have Rinnegan beers, you have the Byakugan and Gentle Fist, you have the fire techniques, the water techniques, the Keiki Genkais, Kimamaru's bone. There is so many jutsus in Naruto. It's basically
What about that
magic.
guy who could turn people into carrots?
He was only in Dragon Ball, you fool.
But that's more original than anybody in.
What are you talking about? In
Naruto?
Naruto, people turn into shit all the
Can
time.
they turn people into carrots?
Yeah, they can. They can
Show me somebody who can turn somebody else into a carrot. And eat
They
them.
could do that if they wanted. It's a transformation technique.
That's a fake, though. It's not a full carrot. He's genetically altering them to be a carrot.
No,
I'm pretty
it's
sure
a
he's
magic
got some
technique.
reality
No, it's a magic technique.
It's actually a
Can
god
anyone-
power.
But wait, so can anyone in Naruto go Gear 4?
Go Gear.
That's a stupid
that's
power.
That's a One Piece thing. I mean, Gear 4 is essentially the One Piece equivalent of Kaioken.
Time out. Let's not talk
No,
about
Gear-
fourth gear.
no,
That's stupid power.
Gear-
Wait, which
Gear-
one was Gear 4? Because Gear 2 was basically Kaioken.
Gear 4 is the one where he looks like a monkey, I think.
Oh, okay. But that's Dragon Ball Z still. That's basically like, oh, I'm transforming. Like Super Saiyan 4, Gear 4. Come on.
Come on, but he's genetically using his power he's just basically using his power to enhance his own strength. He's not even learning new techniques. He's using the same power.
Okay, see, Naruto. Okay, fine. What I like about Naruto, like as a character and stuff, like yeah, sure, he uses the Rasengan a lot, which is an interesting technique. But before he uses Rasengan, he uses clone technique. Like Naruto has made clone techniques, like a cloning technique, look really cool. Like the creative ways he's used that shadow clone is pretty amazing, especially the fact that when it dies, he gets all its information basically going.
Well, yeah, that's cool, but I have to disagree with you. 'Cause earlier you said Naruto was an underdog, and that is so not true.
That's
First of all,
actually
he is
his
the
father
underdog.
was the fourth Hokage.
So,
His
hold on.
father was the fourth Hokage.
Yeah, no, he didn't
The
know that
fifth
until.
Hokage.
Whoa!
Let
He
me-
didn't know that until
the
recently.
genes in his blood were special.
So let me jump in on this really quick.
He
Let me.
did
Let
not
me
know that. He did not know that.
Uzumaki.
He was from the
Hold on a second,
Uzumaki.
hold on a
His
second,
mom
He's
gave
an
him.
Uzumaki.
Yeah,
So
that's
hold on,
not his
hold on.
father. That's his mom.
Hold on a
Who's
second.
Uzumaki.
So Naruto originally was an underdog, and then they completely threw that in the garbage.
Well,
His
yeah,
father,
they only threw
his
on the.
father- his father is one of the greatest ninja to ever live. He has
Exactly.
His mother is from the Uzumaki clan, who are known for absurdly giant chakra pools, and he's the reincarnation of a god.
Yes,
Hey, that
and
was-
on top of that, the Uzumaki clan is OP because
Whoa, whoa,
Nagato was one OP motherfucker.
First of all,
Nagato was
the
one OP motherfucker.
No. First of all, the Uzumaki clan is nowhere near as OP as the Uchiha. And number two, you're talking about Shippuden. In part one,
In fight,
the
well,
Uzumaki
fight,
in the
hang on,
Uzumaki clan,
Now,
they are descendant of the older brother, the younger brother of the Sage of Sixth Path, who was known to have high chakra. It's the same thing with the Senju. Same thing with Hashirama. You can say Hashirama, the Senju clan is OP now because Hashirama is like a god.
Well, we'll say this:
No,
if Rock Lee was the main character of Naruto, then yeah, I could agree with the underdog thing.
Okay,
'cause
Naruto is an
Rock Lee is a real underdog.
No, again,
It wasn't-
Here's the difference. Here's the difference between Rock Lee and Naruto. Naruto was a failure. Rock Lee was a loser. Those are two totally different things.
No, they were
Rock
both
Lee
losers.
can't-
Wait, Naruto's a loser. Do you know how many people hated him? Like, yeah,
Naruto was a failure.
he was
a failure, not a loser.
He was a total loser. Like Sakura
A
hated.
total loser.
Yeah,
No,
Get the
Naruto-
girls, but
so
he still
Naruto-
had friends.
So
He
hang on,
still had
hang on.
pretty
friends.
much. He didn't have that many. friends.
Hold on a second.
He had
So,
Shikamaru. He had Choji.
He had
Hold
Shikamaru.
on.
That was after. That was after they
hang on,
became
hang on,
skinny.
hang on.
No,
Let me say something.
they
Hold
used to
on.
hang out all the time
Damn
as kids.
Yeah, he was alone. Remember that was all flashbacks were
Let me,
about.
TNG, let me jump in on this.
Okay.
So
Okay.
the Uzumaki were not great in terms of skill. They had absurdly gigantic chakra pools, and if you combine that with Minato, who was a
No,
super
first of all-
amazing ninja, super skilled, super talented, super intelligent,
Okay.
merging
Whoa,
those two, and then on top of that,
Whoa.
being the
He has the 9
reincarnation.
tails.
Being,
Don't forget
hang on,
that.
hold on, stop, quit interrupt. Come on, quit interrupting me. On top of a giant chakra pool, his father being the fourth Hokage, an amazing ninja, he is the reincarnation of one of the Sage of Six Paths kids.
Wait.
And he has the nine-tailed chakra.
Wait.
He has everything.
Wait, you have
He has
one.
He's the most OP character of all time.
He's literally, if you said,
Wait. There is one flaw, one massive flaw in that. You do realize that basically all of Minato's techniques were learned by himself. Like, he doesn't know the flying. Again, Minato is great because of the flying thunder god technique, and no one except Minato and like Tobirama know how to use that
he's great
technique.
because he learned how to weaponize that in an absurd way and then invented the Rasengan, and he was extremely smart very quick.
Like you are aware
And
that
now
Naruto has never
has.
used the flying thunder god technique.
That's
Again, there is no genetic.
There's clearly genetic skill. Naruto mastered the Rasengan.
Okay,
and
so did Jiraiya.
Okay, but now Naruto can use all 5 chakras.
Okay, that is the problem. That was the problem with Shippuden because he got Sage of 6 path energy, and again he mastered the 9. Again, I agree to, but again, in part 1,
Shippuden, it's
in part
Naruto.
1,
Goddamn
Yeah, but
anime
Naruto
guys.
was destined for greatness. He was destined for
according
greatness.
to the continuity of the show and stuff, the Uzumaki clan have high chakra, but it's not like OP super high chakra. And stuff.
It's still a giant pool that he has, and then combined with all his other shit, and combined with
it's above average. Pool.
It's a large amount combined with having being born of Minato, who is clearly a genius ninja, on top of having the 9 tails, on top of being
your genetics again. If it's not a Keiki Genkai, your genetics don't matter.
How many series? Hang on, how many series do you know where a character who has a parent who's like some super badass follows up with similar levels? That's a normal thing.
So you mean fine. So you mean
even if you exclude
this is why My Hero sucks, because Deku is supposed to be this underdog, right? But how are you an underdog? How are you an underdog? You obtain one of the greatest powers of all time. You're not an underdog no more.
Deku honestly is not an
underdog. You are OP. You are overpowered.
First of all, that's the same thing with the same thing. Hey, the same thing with Goku. Like Goku's dad. Goku's determination comes from his dad. Like
Goku trained since day one when he was born, so Goku has an excuse to be OP.
Okay, yeah, that's because he had Gohan and stuff. He had plot convenience and stuff that he landed.
Have you seen the original Dragon Ball? Goku was training since he was a baby. We saw his growth.
Okay, honestly, but that's what I'm saying. So your Goku is doing what every Saiyan does, which is train and fight and stuff. That's literally just him fulfilling his biological nature.
Honestly,
so it's not really. He didn't make the again. Goku is a tool. He's a tool of his Saiyan genetics.
Honestly, Deku can't really be called an underdog. He's
okay. I haven't watched the show, so I can't.
The greatest power ever.
He's got the best power in the world. He's backed by the #1 hero in Japan.
Exactly.
He's got all these people like supporting him. I mean, I don't hate Deku, but he's definitely not an underdog.
Hell, even Black Clover has problems. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's fucking liked by every single girl in the show.
The problem is that's just shonen tropes. Like DBZ has it, Naruto, they all have it. The shonen trope is that eventually those characters get really OP because it's a show dedicated to young boys and stuff, and and they want to see all that crazy action. Like DBZ became a thing. DBZ's selling point was that there was mindless action and all those transformations and power up.
Originally, it was supposed to just be a comedy. It was originally just.
I would have to disagree with that.
I'm just saying DBZ. Everyone is drawn to DBZ. Who likes DBZ likes it because of the action, the character designs when they transform, and basically, some of the comedy as well, and some of the characters. That's basically why, but not the story.
The story of Dragon Ball is excellent.
Okay, I'm talking about Z, but Z is what took off. Again, Dragon Ball became a cultural icon with DBZ. That's when everyone was up on board. Dragon Ball was popular, but when DBZ came in, that's when that became a brand. Like if it was just Dragon Ball and there had never been Dragon Ball Z, that show would not be existing today.
God damn. No, hang on. The only reason Super exists is because of Dragon Ball Evolution.
Okay, fine. Dragon Ball, but you get what I'm saying, right? There wouldn't be a Dragon Ball Evolution if it wasn't for Dragon Ball Z. That's my point. Like, again, there's a reason why almost all of the movies that have come out about the Dragon Ball series is based around Z, and almost none based around Dragon Ball the original. Like we had like what, like 9 or 8 films after the original series ended, after the original DBZ series ended.
Well, the series wasn't in that. No, first off, it's Dragon Ball. It's Insane Z. That's the anime thing.
I'm using the term. When I say Dragon Ball series, I'm talking about like the entire things that include Z and the original Dragon Ball.
Man, what was the first Dragon Ball movie? I'm gonna Google it.
What? It was just called Dragon Ball.
I'm trying to remember what the first movie topic was about.
The first Dragon.
There is a movie with them. The first one was with Kid Goku.
Yeah, I'm not talking. That's not my point. I'm talking about almost all the films are based upon Dragon Ball Z.
But Dragon Ball Z earned that right, though.
That's when it
earned that right.
That's when.
I'm not saying it didn't earn that. I'm just pointing out that basically, one Dragon Ball Z was popular because of these and such reasons. Dragon Ball, while different from Z, it was nowhere near as popular as Dragon Ball Z itself.
I was just saying that it was.
Anyway, my point is that all shonen animes follow these tropes and stuff, and that when people criticize Naruto for characters being OP, I'm going to show you tons of other characters that get OP as well, because that's what shonen does.
Well, I wasn't criticizing them being OP. I was criticizing that there was Naruto as underdog.
Oh, Naruto was he got his ass kicked a lot.
He was not an underdog. The fact that he's a reincarnation of the Sage of the Six Paths.
That was Shippuden. We did not know about.
No, stop. But
then look at this though. You don't need OP characters to sell to appeal to boys either, because Death Note doesn't have OP characters.
But my point is that
but this is my point. My point is Death Note doesn't have OP characters. Attack on Titan doesn't have OP characters. There's a lot of anime that doesn't have.
But is Attack on Titan even shonen?
No,
it's not shonen, but it's still a manga.
I'm not. My whole point was that that's what shonen does, because that's what shonen's trying to appeal to.
But my point is that you don't need to be OP to sell. That's just my point.
I'm not saying you don't need to be OP to sell. I'm just saying that's what shonen tropes are, and I'm saying that's what.
But you did just say you need to be OP to appeal to boys. But that's not the case.
Okay, but what I was trying to say is that shonen, which the magazine is geared towards, boys between the age of like 10 and 13 or something like that. That's kind of their trope and stuff, because again, that sells their books. Wasn't Yu Hakusho a shonen?
Yes.
Yeah, Yu Hakusho shonen, but that was like back in the 90s.
And didn't the main character actually lose like the last fight of that series?
That's because the author is a piece of shit, and he threw a tantrum because he didn't want to do as much as the studio wanted to do.
Oh, okay.
Exactly. But the thing about that is that
that guy did Hunter x Hunter. He was really good.
Yeah, but the thing about Yu Hakusho is that Yusuke, during the end of the series, he wasn't the most powerful character. He wasn't even OP.
Okay, you guys need to watch Hunter x Hunter. Because Hunter x Hunter, that's a good show with a really great power system.
Two things. One, the only reason Yusuke didn't end up being the strongest in the end is because the author threw a tantrum and cut his series. Okay. Where the final arc, it was like 15 chapters. You can't really use that as an example. And second off, I don't like Hunter x Hunter. I don't like Gon.
Yeah, because I remember you said that.
I think he's boring.
He's not boring.
He has like two. Gon's personality is like he's smiling or he's scowling. There's I don't like him. I just don't find him entertaining.
He's a great character.
I don't find him entertaining.
Yeah, that's because okay.
I am correct. You're the guy calling a reincarnation of a fucking demigod an underdog.
First of all, that was the last arc of the series, and Naruto has been going on since 1999.
But they're both connected. At the end of the day, they're both connected.
Okay, they're connected, but I'm talking about pre-revelation. In part one, Naruto was getting his ass beat all the time. He was an underdog and stuff.
Naruto didn't lose a fight until he fought Sasuke. Naruto did not lose a fight until he fought Sasuke.
He got taken out by Orochimaru. Remember, Orochimaru beat his ass instead.
That doesn't count.
Orochimaru beat his ass and stuff. Okay,
that doesn't count.
Goku has really lost. Wait, well, bullshit.
Yeah, I don't think
Goku
you can.
That doesn't count. Has not lost. Has very rarely lost a fight.
No.
Because Orochimaru wants to fight Sasuke, not Naruto. So that really doesn't even count.
It's a fight.
No, I would say that doesn't really count because it's someone that's so absurdly out of his league. It wouldn't have made sense for him to win. And that was
Okay,
Exactly.
that makes you an underdog, though. That still
no,
makes
that does not make you an underdog. That doesn't make you. That is not an underdog.
Yes, it does.
Oh my god.
Okay, I'm gonna Google that.
Second off, first off, actually, quit saying Shippuden. It's one series. Quit throwing all the weird anime.
Oh, come on, that's a two. Hey, that's part. It's part 2 in the.
No,
manga.
that is just.
It's called part 2. They call it part 2 in the manga.
Yeah, it's just.
But
Part
here's
two.
the thing though about
okay,
not
Naruto.
shit,
Naruto tried
it's-
to go to Dragon Ball.
Okay. By your logic, then, well, yeah, if someone criticizes Dragon Ball because of Dragon Ball Z and stuff, you're gonna use that same tactic too. Bullshit.
What?
No.
I'm
This
saying-
is
I'm
what I'm
saying-
saying. This
If
is what I'm
someone says
saying.
Dragon
Wait,
Ball
this let me
sucks
speak.
because
This
of
let me
DBZ
speak.
and stuff,
This is what I'm
because of
saying.
DBZ, then
No, I think this Dragon Ball's lazily written now. But I don't have any huge problems with prior Super. But what I was saying is, you can't. It doesn't alter anything.
okay. Wait.
From
Listen to
part
this.
one.
Well,
Because
all I'm
Naruto-
saying is that Naruto tried to go to Dragon Ball Z
Underdogs,
without
a
fail.
loser
That's
or
all
a
I'm
predicted
saying.
loser in a struggle or contest. A loser. Everyone thought Naruto was going to get beat by Neji and stuff. Everyone.
No.
thought that
honestly, nobody.
Oh,
thought that.
yes, they did.
Anybody who's like, hey, he has this absurd chakra deal.
Jiraiya-
would say he was gonna-
He was
Most
trained by
people did not
Jiraiya.
know-
Nobody didn't know he was trained by Jiraiya. Though. If
That's-
they would have
that's-
known that he got
that's-
trained by
that's the-
Jiraiya,
That's
what's-
he would have been the
That's
the lead
also
to win that
true.
fight.
After
Nobody knew he was trained by Jiraiya.
throughout that whole fight, the
was-
fact that Naruto at some point could summon Gamabunta
he was
and crush Neji,
okay,
with that he was not an
He was
underdog.
going.
in any
He was going. He was going to lose to Kimimaro. He was going to lose to Kimimaro if Rock Lee hadn't stepped in, because there was
Wait,
no way he would have won against Kimimaro.
Yes, he would have.
Naruto would have beat Kimimaro.
No, are you kidding me? No.
Okay,
no.
let me put up a situation.
Kimimaro
Let
gave
me ask you a
Naruto-
question. Let me ask you a question.
Naruto had to get killed by
Let me
Kimimaro.
ask
If
you a quick-
Naruto
question.
would have used the Nine Tails and he would have won.
Yeah,
Hang on.
no, that would not have
No,
worked against
ignore the
Kimimaro.
Nine Tails. Let me ask you a question. Who do you think would win between Kimimaro and Gamabunta? It's
I
like a
think
100-foot tall toad.
Yeah, okay. Kimimaro created an entire grove of spikes. Kimimaro could have totally beaten Gamabunta and stuff.
No, he
Oh
could
my god!
not.
Oh my
Yes,
god!
yes, he
There's
would
a
have.
dude that was fighting with fucking like with Orochimaru's giant snake, one of the Sani. He's the Sanin's personal fucking toad.
Yeah, are you where Kimimaro can like
That's a-
pierce through the hardest metals?
that's
He
a-
pierced
that's
through
a-
most of the hardest metals.
That's a fucking Sanin level thing. Kimimaro wouldn't have done shit.
Oh yeah, he would have done crap.
no, he
yeah.
would not.
Yes, he
Because
would. Oh, yes,
Kimimaro
he
is
would've.
Kimimaro Sanin level.
What you say?
Was you think that Kimimaro was on level with the Sanin?
Yeah, but again, Gamabunta has been
Get
beaten
the
by.
fuck
Oh,
out. Yeah, by
bullshit.
other Sanin
So
level
wait,
people.
so does that mean that Gar was on par with the Sani? Because Gar beat Kimimaro and Naruto beat Gaara. That
first
means
of
that
all-
Naruto was on a Hokage level.
No. First of
By
all-
your logic, that's what you're saying.
No,
By your
first of all-
logic, that's what you're saying.
No,
Naruto
first
was
of
on a Hokage level then.
Okay, first of all,
right, Kimimaro was on. Wait, I want to explain your logic. This is your logic. You're saying Kimimaro was on a Sanin level.
Are you
Gaara beat Kimimaro, but Naruto beat Gaara.
Are you
That
aware?
means Naruto was on a Hokage level at 13.
Are you aware that Gaara only won because Kimimaro died? Like Kimimaro was about to kill him, and he died.
How
from
does
the
that?
disease.
How does that mean though that Kimimaro is
And
Sanin
it's-
level?
and it's
Naruto
also,
didn't.
okay. Also,
Naruto
it's been
didn't
implied that.
surpass- Oh my god.
Also, it's been implied that Kimimaro could barely move at the time he was fighting, meaning that he was even more powerful and faster. Than
What would
he was 'cause he
have
was-
stopped? What would have stopped him from just dying while fighting Naruto?
Exactly.
First of all, because number one,
Actually, even better, if he's-
Naruto would have been killed immediately because
He was
Naruto
so
would.
sick and weak, and that he worked for Orochimaru. He's below Orochimaru. How does that somehow mean that he's gonna beat a Sanin? He's gonna be Jiraiya, the strongest out of the three Sanin.
He basically gave both Rock Lee and Gaara trouble and stuff.
How does that mean he's Sanin level?
Because what makes it again? You think that a summon makes it like Naruto silent? A
He
summoning
doesn't have
is
to
its own
fight at that
entity.
point. He could literally just say, "Hey, can you step on that guy?" He'd
He's
step
summon
on
that guy,
him.
and Kimimaro basically
As a matter
doesn't
of
get
fact,
hurt. Kimimaro
that's
doesn't get
a
hurt.
fucking-
Kimimaro is
that's
The
part
thing
of
about the
dynamic.
Naruto and Sasuke fight that was so dumb in the beginning was Naruto could have summoned Gintama at any point and just literally crushed Sasuke with that.
He didn't want to kill
Sasuke didn't
Sasuke.
even-
He didn't want to kill.
Exactly.
But he could have killed Kimimaro, and this is Gamabunta who fought the One Tails.
He did not. Yeah, first of all, he plays. Yeah, The one tail. Okay.
Oh my god!
Can-
Yeah, I totally forgot about that. I totally forgot about that.
First of all, the one tail. First of all, the one tails is weaker than the
That's-
nine.
Oh my god!
It is weaker.
Oh my
yeah,
god!
he is, but he's still a tailed beast. He's still-
Okay.
Exactly. I was
And
just gonna say that.
what's your point? Okay, and there are characters who can
Hold on,
contain
I'm
them.
gonna
come
go
on.
look over the list. It'll be
Jiraiya
like
could have totally contained the one.
back in the day, the sage created 9 tailed beasts and
Yeah. Okay.
Kimimaru,
And Hashirama tamed all 9 of them.
including Kimimaru, and then he absurdly attacked the ninja
Okay.
world.
Okay, first of all, Kimimaru is definitely a heavy hitter. Like he could have
He's-
definitely
yeah,
taken down Naruto.
He's not signing level. He could
Oh
not have
yeah.
beaten.
First of all,
He could not beat Gamabunta. That is
is not. It does not equal signing level and stuff.
He's
He
a
is just
Sonic
gigantic toad.
Personal fighting summons. He is way beyond all those guys of Kimimaru.
Oh no! First of all, Gamabuto has been injured before, and yeah, Kimimaru could injure again. Kimimaru, if he wasn't
So if-
sick and suffering
if
from
Gaara-
the disease, he could take him down. Yeah.
So if Gaara without his demon would almost beat Kimimaru, then how the hell is Gamabunta
What do you
the
mean?
one tail?
What do you mean? He still has? What do you mean? He still had the one tails inside him.
He didn't use it. Gamabunta fought him in his giant fucking
No,
sand form.
he used him because he had like that sand shield that
He
looked
made a
like
he
the
made a
one tail.
shield.
Yeah,
That he made a
he's
he
using
made a
his-
shield. He didn't use the literal demon.
Yeah, I think when he made that sand shield, he was using part of the demon.
Okay, then what is a fucking 15-foot version compared to a 100-foot version?
Okay, and if
That
Gaara
one he
went-
couldn't even pierce through. He couldn't even pierce. He got through like a dent in it.
yeah, he got through a dent in it, but again, I'm saying Kimaru still was on the verge of killing him and stuff
But he didn't.
because he was sick. Again, I'm talking about if Kimaru went up against
He was
Naruto,
sick,
he could
but
have beaten
even
him.
if he wasn't sick, how would he have beaten Gaara? It's like Gaara fucking pulled out his sand demon. He wouldn't have.
And if you ask me, the Kazekage Gaara is weaker than the original Gaara in the original Naruto series. So that should tell you something right there.
Okay, fine. But the fact is, Naruto was an underdog. Everyone predicted he was the loser and stuff.
The only people that thought he was an underdog were those that had no idea that he could summon this fucking 100-foot tall frog.
Okay, he summoned a giant. Okay, then fine. Then like Goku's not an underdog either.
You want to hear a real
Goku.
underdog? Have you ever heard of the series called Kenichi the Mightiest Disciple? Have you ever heard of that series?
No,
That's a real underdog.
History.
Have you
Okay,
seen
fine.
Hajime
Okay,
no, Have you seen
in
Hajime no
Shonen-
Ippo?
In Shonen and
Have you
manga,
seen
what's an
Hajime no
underdog?
Ippo? Have you seen that?
No.
Have you seen Hajime no Ippo? That's a real underdog series.
Okay, but like what is an underdog in a shonen series? Like which one? Because I don't think any of them are underdogs by those definitions.
Well, no, we're not arguing.
Well,
The argument
Asta is a real underdog.
The argument isn't
I will say
they're
that.
the argument isn't that they're
Asta
the
is
main
the
characters. The
underdog.
problem is with Naruto being an underdog is he got rewritten to being a fucking child of the prophecy of being a reincarnation of a god.
Okay.
I don't know how that makes him an underdog if he was destined to get as far as he was going to.
Okay. Well, that was
That's
just, yeah,
almost
that
like
was a
calling
small
Harry
narrative.
Potter an underdog.
I mean, he's kind of average. I mean, his magic is decent. Like, I mean, Harry Potter's
But Harry Potter has plot armor, so he's not an underdog. He would never be. He was the chosen one. He was the chosen one.
Harry Potter's a loser.
He had Dumbledore on his side. Yes, Harry Potter is a loser.
The idea, I'm gonna be honest. The idea of Harry Potter ever doing as far as he got makes little sense when he was so bad at magic. Like he had like 3 spells.
The fact that he beat Voldemort is the biggest bullshit, and I think in
you'll find you guys read comic books, right? You know, comic books, the people, they're hardly underdogs in comic books either.
But there are underdogs in comics.
Yeah, but they're not the problem. Like Batman's not an underdog. That guy basically just trained and beats the crap out of most
this
people.
was fucking someone like Spider-Man, and then it was like, hey, we know you win against all this shit all the time, and you thought your way through it and figured out plans, but you're actually the reincarnation of the Spider God.
Well, Spider-Man isn't Spider-Man isn't an underdog either. That guy has amazing powers.
He's got good powers, but he's
if you compare
against people that are way
Spider-Man
out
to
of his
Thanos,
league.
he would be an underdog.
Okay, if I compare Naruto to Hashirama, he's an underdog too.
No, Naruto could beat Hashirama.
Naruto would
No,
kick
no,
the
I'm
shit
talking
out
about
of Hashirama.
part one Naruto. Come on, let's not.
Oh,
I mean,
come on
if
now.
you go out
Part
your
one
way to
Naruto used the Nine Tails, he would stand a chance.
No, he
No,
wouldn't.
he would. Are you kidding? No, Hashirama attained a Susanoo-clad Nine Tails from Madara himself and stuff. No.
If Naruto used full Nine Tails.
No, his
No,
his
no. Have you seen the 1,000 hand technique?
the tailed
beast?
beast weakness is literally the wood shit that he uses.
I know what I'm saying, because
That's
like
literally their kryptonite.
I mean, because you just again, here's the thing about wood release. If you have wood release and have the Mangekyo Sharingan, you can have your wood clones produce their own individual Susanos and stuff. That's how OP that wood release technique is. It's insane.
But you're also forgetting though that if I'm not mistaken now, in Naruto versus Pain, those wood techniques apparently didn't work when the cursed necklace or whatever broke, and Naruto when he was raging about Hinata's death.
Well, that's
that
first of all, that's because Yamato.
That didn't work on the Nine Tails.
First of all, because Yamato.
And then Nagato had the Rinnegan. Nagato had the Rinnegan though. He had the power of the Sage of Six Paths to create moons.
Okay, no,
he had the Rinnegan, and that couldn't even stop the Nine Tails.
You're talking.
So I'm pretty sure.
About the passive
I'm pretty sure. Okay. But I'm pretty sure if Naruto would have used Nine Tails.
Okay, let me put this.
In the old series,
okay, let me put it this way.
At least a chance.
Okay,
I'm not saying you win.
If Nagato was in his prime at full power, not crippled and stuff, and was fighting like as himself, not as the Six Paths of Pain, he would have beat Naruto easy because his Six Paths techniques are insanely powerful.
Hold on a second. So
I doubt it.
He could suck his
I doubt it.
The thing about it is, he had the Rinnegan, but it doesn't mean he was as powerful as the original fucking Sage that used it.
Well, he wasn't as powerful, but he was still. He was still Uzumaki.
But see, that's the thing. Nine Tails could still go up against the Rinnegan.
The
Nine Tails could go.
I mean, one at that level, but that's like saying Sasuke's Sharingan, like part 1, makes him as strong as Madara. Just because it doesn't mean it's the same level. Well, like fucking what's his tits? Pain was getting crushed and kicked around by 8 Tails Naruto.
Yeah, but you're talking about
and hang on, one second. And the 9 Tails that Naruto had the whole time was like half of it. And Hashirama fought the whole thing wearing Susanoo armor.
Yeah, but first of all, again, the Six Paths of Pain are basically Nagato's full potential divided up into 6 people and stuff. If it's Nagato himself, where he has access to all the Paths of Pain's powers, then he could definitely stand a chance against Nine Tails Naruto. He sucks away his chakra again. He would literally keep his distance and take his chance sucking away Naruto again. He could literally absorb all of those tailed beast bombs using the Prita path or which path that he uses that absorbs all forms of chakra. Again, he would literally just have to maneuver his way around the battlefield, absorb Naruto's chakra, and then take him out with a massive Shinra Tensei. All he just has to do is just hold it, just wait until he runs out of chakra and goes back to normal and then blows him away. Or he can use any sort of nature technique and just burn him away with fire, water, or lightning and stuff. Like, he can technically learn every single elemental technique that's in existence because of the Rinnegan.
Well, part 1 Naruto can beat Madara.
What? You're insane. What is wrong?
You really could say at the end of part 1 Naruto could beat Madara.
No.
He would give him a run for his money. He would give him a run for his money.
If Naruto goes 9 Tails,
would give him a run for his money.
Madara can just use his Sharingan and take control. Madara could take control of the 9 Tails. That's what he did. He would literally just either.
How would he take control of the Nine Tails when?
That's how he did
Naruto is the host though.
Sasuke even stopped him from basically going. Even Sasuke in part 2 could stop him from stop the Nine Tails from taking over.
Yeah, but he couldn't control it. Well,
that's because he didn't have the Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan. Madara had the Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan.
Yeah, but I don't think it works like that.
Yeah, no, that's how it works. Yeah, and Sharingans can have the ability to basically affect people's connection to Tail Beast if you're skilled enough.
But if he turns into the Tail Beast, it wouldn't work.
If he turned into Tail Beast, it would work because then if Naruto removes the seal and turns into the actual 9 Tails and stuff, he would basically be susceptible to control from the Mangekyo Sharingan. Because again, it's been proven that when
So why didn't they just do that with Kushina then? Why did they have to go through all that trouble to extract the tail beast from her? Why did they have to go through all that trouble?
Wait, say that again? Say that again?
Why did they have to extract the tailed beast from Kushina if they can just control them?
Because the only person, because you need Nocturnal Mangekyo Sharingan to do that.
And Obito had that at that time.
Did he? I thought he really couldn't use it until like later. Like he had to like.
So
first of all, that was Obito. I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't even know if Obito could map. Well, no wait. He
even had sent because he had to send send you cells.
Yeah,
and he obtained the Mangekyo Sharingan by
that's either Kishimoto forgot those plot details and continuity errors, or just Obito was basically trolling.
But that makes my point even stronger is the fact that I don't think that if you're a host, you can control someone's nine tails if they transform.
Look at them. Why didn't Obito control the three tails when they met? Because three tails without a host as well.
Well, here's the thing though. Even during the original Naruto series, and that's all. If it was just that easy to control somebody with the Mangekyo Sharingan, then they wouldn't have to do those rituals to extract the tail beast from the host.
Well, no, but just see, we're talking about extracting the host. Like using the Mangekyo Sharingan would just take control of the beast. That doesn't extract it from the host. That's what I'm talking about. It's like if Naruto, like part 1 Naruto would get destroyed by Madara. Like Madara has so many crazy techniques. It would.
No, but look though. Here's the thing: Madara wouldn't have all those techniques.
Okay, wait. Let me put it this way. Okay, no, let me put it this way. Naruto. Okay, if Madara fires off an Amaterasu, Naruto is dead.
Maybe I'll give you that.
Okay, I mean the Amaterasu.
No way. No, I can't even say that because I remember in the original fight between Naruto and Sasuke, Naruto literally got destroyed with lava, like that fire shit. I don't know what it was, but he basically caught on fire. Got his head smashed on the rock. He should have been fucking dead. Yeah. And on top of that, he got his heart ripped out. Okay. He got his heart ripped out too.
Okay, fine.
And the Nine Tails gave him back.
Here's my point. Here's my point is that part 1 Naruto is an underdog. Part 2 Naruto, then we can agree that he goes from being an underdog to being OP and stuff. And I do agree part 2 had a lot of. I think that the directions that they went story-wise for part 2 was pretty screwed up and stuff.
Yeah, but it still affects part 1 because it's one story.
Okay. Then you have to say that Dragon Ball. Fine, you have to say that Dragon Ball as a whole has its issues where all the characters are OP and stuff, and the flaws of Dragon Ball.
Were born OP. They were made OP from the beginning. So nobody had a problem with that.
They were OP. Whoa. First
that's of all, why Naruto failed.
They were not OP and stuff. Naruto was not OP. Shikamaru was not OP. The only people who were kind of OP was Sasuke and Neji, who were prodigies. There was
Sasuke was OP. Naruto was OP. Rock Lee was OP as shit.
Rock Lee had to train. First of all, Rock Lee had to train. Like,
Rock Lee is basically you don't have to
be. He
was
still OP.
You don't have to be OP from the start to be OP.
Okay, I mean, he was, okay, fine. He was.
As a matter of fact, and if I remember this correctly.
Well, hang on.
If I remember this correctly, I'm pretty sure that Naruto's class was one of the first in generations to have that many talented ninjas enter the tuning exams.
Okay.
His class was OP. His class was OP.
His class was more powerful than the average. Yeah, that doesn't make it OP. Okay, fine. Wait, Shikamaru was not OP. Okay, Shikamaru, like the entire team 3 or Shikamaru's team, they weren't OP. Like Shikamaru had the shadow clone technique, and he had to use his brains to use it. But the technique on its own was very.
Choji was OP. Choji
wasn't OP. It was implied that if you basically
with the pill, he was OP.
Okay, a pill, but that totally kills him.
That's supposed to kill him. That's so.
Yeah, and then not to mention also was his technique, he gets dizzy after a while if he keeps using it too much.
Yeah, but Toji he's a strong character. He's not weak.
Okay, and her technique is has its flaws too. If someone hits the character, then she will also get hurt too.
Then Shikamaru, he might be weak. I don't know.
Anyway,
but at the same time, he's super smart. He's a prodigy, though. So
yeah, that's make you being super smart. Does not make you OP.
But he's a battle strategist.
Yeah, but he's. I would say Shikamaru was underpowered because he has a very small chakra pool.
Okay, I mean,
Well, that's what I was saying.
Shikamaru, I'm gonna say is
Shikamaru
underpowered. He has his brains. I think Shikamaru uses his brains and uses his powers to their fullest extent.
Oh wait, and I almost forgot too. Shino was OP. How could I forget that?
He was
Shino?
fairly OP.
Wait, Shino? Oh, Shino, bug guy.
In part 1, he was
He was
OP.
pretty
Okay, fine. He was pretty powerful and stuff. Yeah.
Now
But,
part 2, he was the shit, but in part 1, he was OP.
Okay.
But it's not the same with Goku and Naruto, because Naruto was eventually going to get that because he was destined to be like that. Goku is OP now, but he wasn't OP at the start, and he didn't have any.
Okay, Naruto wasn't OP
crazy-
at the start either.
He had to be now that he got switched over into being a reincarnated god. So he had to get there. He was literally destined.
In Goku became a god too.
Yeah, but becoming one isn't
But-
different than being destined to be one. Goku wasn't destined to do
Okay,
this.
so Naruto still, and then first of all, Naruto still had to fight his way through the storylines to get to that point. But yeah, he was a reincarnation. But again,
No,
first of all-
most of the
first of all-
times it saved him, and those ones were having.
First of all, it was implied from the get go that yeah, he was a reincarnation. But like before, there were plenty of reincarnations of Ino, of Indra, of Asura and Indra. And when they kill each other and stuff, they move on to the Nexus.
Yeah, when they kill each other.
What
so
made Naruto different was that he actually stopped the cycle and stuff. Like again, they was meant to be an endless cycle where they would end up killing each other and move on to another host and stuff. That was what it is. But Naruto stopped. He did something that matters. He broke the cycle and did something that matters. Because the prophecy was simply he was meant to kill Sasuke, or they were meant to kill each other.
But did Naruto ever lose a fight in Shippuden? I do not remember Naruto losing a fight in Shippuden. I don't
Naruto.
want to hear.
Okay, fine. He didn't fight. Okay, what fight did Goku lose in DBZ?
He lost to Vegeta.
Lost to Raditz.
No, he let himself. First of all, he let himself get beat by. He let himself get beat by Vegeta. Remember, it was implied that he could have gone Super Saiyan 3.
He would have. I think he would have.
No, he would not have lost. He would have beat him.
He would have beat Cell, but he definitely lost to Raditz.
First of all, he could have kept going with Cell and stuff if he wanted to, but he wanted to let go. He wanted to let go on fight. He did not lose to Cell.
He gave up because he wanted to go on.
He gave up.
That doesn't. Oh, that is letting yourself.
That's a loss.
Okay, Naruto going after Sasuke, leaving Kimaru. Forfeit. Naruto forfeits by leaving Kimaru.
I don't think it really counts if it's a loss. It's a surrender that they would have won, and they gave up for some weird reason because he wanted Gohan to do it. So otherwise, it's not like he was going to lose because he was outgunned.
Goku losing to Raditz is the equivalency of Naruto going up against Orochimaru in Part 1. It's the power levels were different and stuff.
Well, no, that was a ridiculous one. This would be like if Goku of like Kid Goku went up against Frieza.
Okay. First of all, well, technically, like you said, but then Naruto also has a bit of the Nine Tails in him, so technically, it's actually closer than that.
Yeah, but he couldn't control it and all, and
I know
it would kill him.
Because
he couldn't use the Nine Tails.
Okay, fine. Goku loses to Fine. Goku has to go with beats Raditz with Piccolo. Then he goes to the other world, and then he becomes OP and stuff. Like again, he schools Nappa, and then is basically destroying Vegeta until he transforms.
Like
he was literally pissing off Vegeta.
Between Goku and Vegeta, I'm pretty sure Vegeta won that fight.
You talking about the first fight, right?
Yes.
The first fight, I'm pretty sure Vegeta won
because he basically transformed. Because he transformed into the ape and stuff.
But Vegeta beat Goku twice, not just once, twice.
No. The second time he won, he basically Goku did not transform into Super Saiyan 3.
But
Goku could have gone Super Saiyan 3.
He didn't need to.
He could have gone. Yeah, if he had gone Super Saiyan 3,
but he didn't. He didn't.
He didn't want
but
to.
He didn't.
First, for whatever reason, he lost. Because he wanted to make it seem like He intentionally lost to make Vegeta become good again. He intentionally lost.
If it's not a real loss, then I don't know if it counts.
Yeah, no. Goku threw the fight, which is why Vegeta refused to fuse with them when they were becoming Vegito, was because he literally says that he hurt his pride and stuff.
Gogeta's cooler than Vegito.
Vegito's way better. Vegito's more powerful than Gogeta.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is. No, Gogeta. What you have to do? Sorry, Gogeta you have to lower your power level to be uneven. So it is implied that Goku had to lower his power level. Vegito is basically you basically take the best of both, regardless of their
let's go with the characters really quick. Put Vegito against Majin Buu of the big bulky Buu. He was beating him, all right, he was winning, and then obviously they split up, and then there was a higher level. And Gogeta, who crushed Janemba, who was more powerful than Kid Buu.
Janemba? Who the fuck is Janemba?
He's the guy that Gogeta fought.
Oh my god!
Which one? Wait, is you talking about the movie, or are you talking about
Gogeta's not canon. He's only in the movies in the GT.
Yeah, so you're talking about GT Gogeta, or
no? He's in.
Now we don't know though, because maybe in Dragon Ball Super Broly they might bring
prior
back
GT.
Okay, first of all, Gogeta. By the logic, when it comes to fusion, the Potara earrings are stronger than the fusion dance because you don't have to lower your power level to be on even. You have to be you have to be even.
You don't know what the multiplier is for the fusion though. It's not like they give a direct number.
No. It's been confirmed. The fusion, how the fusion dance works is both opponents have to be at the exact same power level. I mean, if you have higher power, you have to lower your power level, and then you fuse those two parts together. And that's what it is. With the fusion earrings,
yeah, but what's the number then?
You have the number is basically whatever.
Because if you lower it and then it's just not doubled, it was definitely not just ×2.
If you lower it to even, basically it's those two halves put together, so and that's the number. Potara is basically
that doesn't make sense though.
Okay, if Goku, let me put it this way: if Goku puts on one Potara ringer and gives it to a random human, they're going to fuse, and he's going to get whatever power level. It's going to be his power level on top of that human's power level.
Because if Goku was a 5, and Frieza was a 4, they would Goku and them together as a 9, and them together. So them together as a 9, standing side by side and fighting, 4 and 5, 9, and they combine by fusing and they create a 9. All you are is 2 people. Or 1 person that's a 9 instead of a 4 and a 5. It's definitely a higher thing.
Yeah, that's
the fusions are way more than just them combined. There has to be a multiplier. The
multiplier is what is if there's a transformations involved. Again, my point is that here's how it works. Okay, if Goku's a 9 and Frieza's an 8 and stuff.
And even with this idea,
whoa, let me explain. You don't get it. Let me explain. If Goku is a 9 and Frieza's an 8 and stuff, in order to do the fusion dance, Goku would have to lower his power level to an 8, and then they would fuse combine two. If Goku is a 10 and Frieza's a 5, and they use the fusion earrings, then the being that they create is a 15, and that's how it works. Don't you see how that works?
So let's just go with this.
I just want to ask one question. I just want to ask one question. Why isn't Florence talking?
Because we've been going on and on.
I was gonna say,
he's been so quiet.
Okay,
here's a better solution. Let's ignore really shitty data book statements because they're very inconsistent.
It was said in the manga itself that Supreme Kai himself said the
Dragon Ball power levels are inconsistent.
So yeah, let's go by this.
Supreme Kai himself said it was
how do I share a screen? Let's do it this way. Let's ignore the shitty Dragon Ball statements.
Because now Goku is beyond a god.
And let's go by the showings. I have the 2 videos showed up. I have Goku. I have Vegito versus Buhan and Gogeta versus Janemba. Let's watch. And note that by sitting default that Janemba is stronger than Majin Buu. All right, let's go. Let's throw this up because he was made by him plus other people.
Okay, but Gogeta. Wait, you're trying to imply? Sorry, you're trying to imply that. Gogeta is stronger than Vegito.
So hang on. So going off of what they're showing, because Vegito fought Super Buu.
And schooled him.
I know, but let's watch the degree because what we do know for sure, Janemba is stronger than Buu.
Okay, if Vegeta is stronger, that doesn't mean shit.
But watch the degree. Watch the degree of how badly they beat each other. Look at this. Vegito is watching Buu tanks, and he's like, he's got sweat drops to his attacks. He's clearly nervous about it.
Yeah, he was lying. He's lying. You remember after he did that, he just kicked it with ease. He laughed and said he was basically
there's a level of
no. Okay, I'm on the Dragon Ball Z wiki right here.
We're not going by Wikipedia pages.
No, this is the wiki.
We're going by. I don't give a shit about Wikipedia pages. Those are the people that talk about how.
You can manipulate wiki. You can manipulate wiki to say whatever you want.
We're going by straight video. We're not going to go by what wiki opinions are. We're going to go by what we believe and we discuss right here. Now watch. Now look what's going on here. Vegito acknowledged it at least was something. Not that it was like, if this hits me, I'll die. But if this hits me, it'll hurt and it could do damage. And then he could do stuff. And out of the four people here, for sure, Janemba is stronger than Boo. Janemba is 100% stronger than Boo. That is a fact. And look at the levels that they both went through. I assume you're watching this. It's happening within the stream.
Yeah. Okay, you're showing it. Okay, and okay. Once you get to the part where he kicks the thing real easily, that's just it was nothing. If you can kick,
watching it right now. He's standing there. He's timing it. He's getting it ready. It's still something.
And then he kicks.
It doesn't mean that it's nothing to him. I mean, it doesn't mean that he's.
No. If you can kick or swat away a technique, it means that
he's using both hands. He's using both hands. It's pushing him back.
Okay. Wait. Just watch.
It's pushing him back.
Just watch.
It's driving him into the ground.
All right. I'm going to be right back. I'm going to go take a smoke.
I might have to end the stream soon, actually, so it might be over by the time you get back.
All right. It was nice talking to you guys,
bro. He's powering up.
Okay, look, he's powering up. Okay, he's moving. He's running it. He's running it.
Yeah, after it fucking pushed him back, he needed momentum.
No. Okay, that does. Okay, see, he kicks it.
After he charged up, we had to put both hands to grab it and stop its momentum.
Okay, and what's your point?
Where's let me find one with him as Super Saiyan. Let me throw up the Super Saiyan in there.
Wait. Okay. First of all, that was regular Vegito. He wasn't even a Super Saiyan yet.
Yeah, that was we're starting. That was the start. Now we're looking at Super Vegito. All right, we're looking at both, and now he's against.
Okay.
Now he's against Buhan.
Oh yeah, and look, he's not even touching him. He's not even touching.
Which is still not even as strong as Kid Buu.
No, actually, no. It's implied that Kid Buu is actually weaker.
No, he's not. He's stronger.
No, he's
Where
not.
Is it implied?
He's out of control. No, he's out of control. That's what makes him more dangerous. He's just more out of control.
No, because the guy that made him Buu, the fat dude that he absorbed that made him like the original Buu, made him weaker by making him slower and sluggish and more predictable.
Yeah.
Look at this. Hits him. He's got a little bit of blood. He's still fighting.
Okay. Yeah, okay, I get sure you're trying to imply that this fight's okay. So
we're watching the fight.
Okay. Let's look at. Explain to me how Gogeta is stronger.
We're gonna watch the scenes and then we will further discuss. We're gonna look at the evidence.
I have to cut the stream off, man. It's getting late. I have to go.
We'll finish right after this discussion. This is important. Don't cut it off yet.
Oh, come on. What do you...
Well, let's finish this Gogeta versus Vegito discussion, and then we'll end the stream. This is revolutionary. It's like 6 minutes. You can do it. You've been sitting here talking about Naruto for like an hour.
Yeah,
spend 5 minutes to talk about something important like fusions.
No, fuck.
It's only a couple minutes.
No,
it's
okay, I'm cutting. Okay, I'm cutting it. I'm sorry, I'm cutting it now.
Concession accepted. Okay. Gogeta's stronger.